All right, what's going on, y'all? This just in. Um, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, right? Baltimore, Maryland, West Baltimore, Maryland. If you're from Baltimore, Maryland, you've grown up in Baltimore, Maryland from the 80s on down, even early 90s. I'm an 80s baby. But during that time, there was no cell phones. You didn't have GPS. You didn't know about areas and locations and what was going on in different locations that was far away and stuff like that. The closer you had with reaching somebody from another country was even pen pals. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't really know about the world or was open to the World Wide Web and things like that and a lot of information until the internet came out and searches came out and stuff like that. I think it was Yahoo Messenger came out with the video camera, the webcam just had came out using Yahoo Messenger, and then that's when everything just start taking off or whatever. But it was like kind of like a social media thing, FaceTime thing. Uh, but my point is, when I was growing up, the only issues or hood issues I ever heard about or was worried about was the block across from me, which was like because I grew up on Park Heights and Oakford. So if we had a beef with somebody or issue, the only issue we really was concerned about was the next block over, which is Ricestown. So the boys on Ricestown would sometimes have an issue with the boys on Park Heights because of drug situations. Like you sell drugs on your strip, which is Ricestown, and we sell drugs on our strip, which is Park Heights. The M2 route on your strip, the M3 route on our strip. You know what I'm saying? You can get to wherever you need to get to on the M2, just as like for example, if you trying to get to Mondawmin, you can catch the M2 to get to Mondawmin. If like us, we can catch the M3 to get to Mondawmin. There's no need for us to come to Ricestown, chilling on your bus stops and stuff like that, just to be chilling and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to catch the bus, but you could be trying to sell drugs, or whatever. Taking people's money. So those are the only issues we ever really had that was like real close. Now, the biggest issue we had in Baltimore was all of our blocks and hoods had that same issue. East Baltimore versus West Baltimore. Sorry about that. East Baltimore versus West Baltimore. So if you were from West Baltimore, you didn't like East Baltimore. You didn't go over East Baltimore unless your parents lived on East Baltimore and you was in West Baltimore at one point. You had to learn how to learn both sides and things like that, and learn how to it was easier for you to kind of like balance things out and neutralize the East versus West beef thing because your parents might have moved to a different location or something like that. That's understandable. Give me a minute. So that's understandable. Um, but we even had city versus county type stuff sometimes. Like if you're from the city, then you're more so connected with the people of the city versus you're from the county or Columbia or something like that. Like, oh, you from Columbia? You know what I'm saying? Like Columbia. If you talk about Columbia, Maryland always wanted to be like Baltimore, Maryland. So we were like, man, y'all just need to catch up. Stuff like that. But it wasn't anything ever that I've heard personally growing up about a Crip of Blood. I never heard I never heard or seen the adults, because when you're a child you always observed adults back then, because you went outside and played and you sat down and you listened. You didn't have internet, you didn't have cell phones to occupy your time, so you listened a lot to your elders and stuff like that and was around them and stuff. Heard conversations you weren't supposed to hear sometimes and stuff like that. But out of all of that, I've never seen someone wear red or blue because of a Crip and Blood thing. My Aunt Jill, my Aunt Red, they wear red because they are red, meaning their angelic form is a red bird. So my Aunt Red wear red and she love red, and my Aunt Jill wear red because they are red. Their angelic being is red. Even my grandma Carolyn, she's a red person. She's just red, or like a ruby or something that lives. But she got an afro, like, she's black in the Black Panther era. She got the afro and stuff, you know. Um, like on the Shafties or something like that. Like grandma's like she's from the Shaft era, Black Panther era. So Grandma Carolyn, and she's a red person, and she has a big afro and stuff like that. So That's why they would like red, because they are red. But it's not a thing where they make red a thing like, oh, it's a gang thing, because they know that Earth is full of many colors. People can wear what they want to wear, this, that, and the third. Now with me, when when I was like about around 7 or 8 years old, I would say, I was watching Ninja Turtles one day. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came on, and Leonardo was always my favorite because he had the sword. And because he had the sword, I gravitated towards the sword more. So I ended up liking the color blue also. So Leonardo was like, yeah, I like Leonardo. And you was like, Leonardo, that's my color too. I like that blue too. Like that Leonardo. And I like I'm gonna like blue because he got the sword. If I'd have liked the stick, or if I liked, the nunchucks more, I would have chose orange because Michelangelo or something like that. But I chose Leonardo, because, he had the sword. I love the sword. Um, that's how I ended up coming up with my favorite color, blue. Now, you being on the West Coast, your growing up is different because you people like America exists. It should not exist, right? So because America exists, you can sit here and fight over a red and blue. And that's something that like is hard for me to understand, that y'all can't get around that part. Even if you are, gang banging or whatever the case, I can't see how you don't grow up and mature and realize that the world is bigger than America in English. Oh, red and blue. Like, who the fuck came up with red and blue? Why not white and black and shit? Like, who came up with the red? Who came up with the blue? Where did it start from? It definitely didn't start since the 13 colonies. Because if you say Crip and Bloods always existed, it didn't exist when we was on plantations, when we was in early slavery getting hung by nooses. Rosa Parks, uh, Harriet Tubman, you didn't hear about then. I'm talking about the Crip and Blood. Or yeah, let's take it back. Harriet Tubman. They wasn't talking about no Crip and Bloods and stuff. They talking about some, you know, the Underground Railroad, wading the water. That was the, you know what I'm saying? They probably had something to reference the Underground Railroad, but they never had anything about Crip and Bloods. You know what I'm saying? You didn't hear about that. So that had to be some new thing that the American government initialized some kind of way, got a bunch of people that was privy in the hood that was black to agree with this type of agenda or type of thing some kind of way, and make it a gang thing to kind of keep the people in control or keep them in check and fight their political wars and stuff. Like, so you needed somebody to like sacrifice for your political debates and spats and this, that, and the third. So okay, let's go to the hood. We'll sacrifice the slaves and stuff. So let's make them fight over red and blue, but it's really about our political issues. That's what it seemed like to me. And they just gave you a fucking story and shit. But before the first blood or the first Crip ever, um, it had to be from politics, because people, it's like you representing something as if you were free and you chose it. You're in America. You're a slave. You didn't choose anything of your free will because you're in the land of your captivity, choosing things that were picked for you of your captors. So it's not like you chose that shit because God said so or something like that, or it has a real culture to it. It was something that was given to you, and you try to do good with it, which you as best as you could, and then things started turning south because it didn't really have a good connection or connotation to the shit. It just was something that some government official said, and then you sided with the shit. Now everybody coming to America want to be chilling and living in America. Niggas want to choose red and blue and shit. You got natives, which is dumb as shit. I don't see how a native could choose a red or blue. I can't see it. How the fuck can you choose a red or blue with English writings and shit, L and A, and be like, yeah, L and A, I'm from LA, but really, what is LA in the original map and shit? Like, if you take the original map with the Indian tribe, the native Indian tribes on it, what would the tribes here in the California area? We know about the Aztecs, stuff like that. So how the fuck can you even be like so hardcore? Yeah, I'm from LA and shit like that. Now, if you don't know, yeah, I can understand. You can say I'm from LA because you might not know. Like me, I don't know. Baltimore. I can look on the map, but Baltimore is, I think, Poctow or something like that. I forget. I gotta go back and look. But it's a different tribe that lived in the Baltimore area. My grandma came from the Cherokee area, which is Georgia, the Georgia area today. So it's like, if you don't know, yeah, I can understand. You ignorant, you don't know. But you were rep and claim Baltimore, rep and claim whatever English thing. But we have to also understand that when people say they're not part of things or don't come from things, you got to think like, right, because America didn't always exist. Maybe these people could have a stronger background, a stronger connection to a deeper roots of their blood and their background. Maybe this man, instead of growing up a Crippin' blood or hearing about Crippin' bloods, he set up under grandma and great grandma and learned about his native background or something like that, or his Hebrew background. So he ended up picking up the Bible and became a rabbi because they put the Bible in his hand. It wasn't nothing about Crippin' bloods for him. But you're not thinking that, or even having a balanced enough mind to ask the question. You know, when you read the Bible, when they were in the wilderness, that's Aksamat Tazawah, he pointed this out for me, and I'm a piggyback, or not piggy, I'm a pidgey, because pigeons are clean to eat. So I'm a piggyback off what he said about when they went in the wilderness. They didn't know all of the Torah, even though they had the Torah and stuff like that, whatever the case. They asked a lot of questions if they didn't know something. What do you see people today not doing? Asking questions. Let's say you have a question or you want to know something about what Masha's doing. You can ask someone to ask him, but because you might not be able to reach him, but it would behoove you as your wisdom to ask him yourself and not ask someone else that really might not know either. And you never go to him. Also, your intentions got to be right. You going to somebody to ask them something, but your intentions aren't right. You're just looking for an opportunity against them. So I just don't be getting it, yo. And you also, what I notice about the people here in LA, they'll mistake you being a man for like I'm a strong man. I'm a strong biblical holy man. I stand on my 2 feet. I'm ex-military. I'm a man for real. I don't back down from people that don't make sense. Like if you're a man and I'm a man looking at a man. So I'm assuming that you know how to be a man, number one. Number two, I'm assuming you know how to talk. And men ask questions if they aren't sure about something, meaning you don't have a bad intention or a good intention towards someone yet. You just want to know something, so you just confront someone. That's how at least you used to be back in the day. When you're in your neighborhood, you're not sure if this person is good or bad in your neighborhood, so you would have a genuine heart or a neutral heart to ask the person questions to get to know who they are, to know if they are bad or good. It was innocent till proven guilty. It always should be innocent till proven guilty, because then you can put a defamation and a slander on somebody. And if you end up harming somebody that's innocent, it has to come back to you. You can final destination your life away, but it's going to come back to get you. You just playing final destination, trying to run for your life because you fucking good people up, assuming that they, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. You're guilty. You live a guilty life. But whatever the case, that's how it was. You ask questions, get to know the person, and then you know if they are good in your neighborhood or not. But here, I've seen people just sit down and try to observe the shit out you and hope that you say something on your fucking Instagram. I hope he post an Instagram video. I hope he felt the energy. What if the wind blowing so fucking hard today that I don't feel the energy, so I ain't say shit? And you just like, oh, he just ain't in tune and shit. It could just be God like, fuck y'all. I don't want him to feel it today. Y'all so hard on the energy and shit, but you're not being clear with your words, what I gave you to ask specific questions so that you can get specific answers to specific questions that are very detailed, emotion driven. So you need to ask questions with words so that the person can answer your question in detail, specifically to whatever you ask it. Otherwise, it's going to be beating around the bush and you're still going to be lost in some areas. If it's something simple, okay, fine. It's something simple. What's your favorite color? Okay. Does your favorite color have to do with anything about Crippin' Bloods? Like, no, when I grew up, it was no such thing as Crippin' Bloods. It's still no such thing as Crippin' Bloods. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, West Baltimore, Maryland. The only thing we ever had was West Baltimore versus East Baltimore type beefs. It still exists today with some of the younger people, but you can grow out of that. But that's the only thing we've ever had. Never Crippin' Bloods. There's no such thing as that. Now, it's not for you to doubt me like you from where I'm from and shit. Like, you'll sit there and be like, I don't know. I'm like, bitch. It's like if I come on your territory and I'm trying to be like, no, you come on my territory in Baltimore. You never been to Baltimore before. You 40 years old. You just over here, whatever reason. I don't know your reason. You just over here. You could be on here. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is to get to know you. I want to get to know you. You in my hood. You moved in the neighborhood. I want to get to know who you are and stuff like that. Instead of just stealth the shit out you and just look at your ass on some dumb shit, I'm gonna be a man and confront you face to face. Like, hey man, how you doing? I saw you see you new in the neighborhood. What's going on with you and stuff? But really meaning you well. Meaning I don't have a bad feeling towards you or a good feeling towards you yet. I just want to talk to you, get to know you. You new in the neighborhood, so I can know how I should feel. It's not for me to judge you off of how strong of a man you are and say you just chilling. I'm popping up. You could be. I could be any fucking body. Like I could be new in the neighborhood, like you new in the neighborhood. The fuck? You know? It's like you want me to know you and shit like that. Like I see you wearing stuff, but I don't know about the shit that's going on here. I'm new. If you know I'm new or don't know, it's like that's how shit get twisted up. Don't ever expect a man not to be a man. A man is always gonna confront a man. Hey, man, you got a problem? You okay, man? You staring at me and stuff like that. Expect that from a man. Y'all be too fucking soft and shit. Not expecting men to be confrontational. Like y'all just used to social media, phony ass shit, industry ass shit. You know, smile in your face, but fuck you for real. Looking for a way to assassinate your ass. Instead of a real man confronting you like a warrior, you know, if it's a problem, it will be a problem. If not, then we're gonna be cool and stuff. That's how you make friends. That's how men make friends. You know, we confront each other about something. And if we, you know, we agree eye to eye, see eye to eye on that thing, we end up chopping, hey man, you cool, yo, da 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 da. You know, stuff like that. But if you have a man that's just standing there wishing and wondering about you and shit, and then he get mad because you stepped your foot down, like, yo, act and confronted you like a man, like, yo, why the fuck you keep staring at me and shit? Like, I got something on my face, I got something in my teeth or something, like, you gay or some shit? Like, because then it makes a man feel uncomfortable. Like, I'm minding my business, right? How do you even fucking know me? I'm not a celebrity. I don't have paparazzi walking around me. I'm not on no fucking TV shows or movies and shit. I don't get paid to be people follow me. So I'm not famous or nothing like that. People know me, but I'm not famous. So I'm not going to walk around like I am famous expecting people to know. Yeah, I know they know me and shit with my head all high and shit, acting Hollywood and shit. I'm not that guy. So if you do know me, I'm going to ask you how the fuck you know me because I never talked to you before. And I'm not on TV. So how the fuck you know me? Oh, you an agent? Okay, I'm a subject or some shit. Still, I don't fucking know you. You don't fucking know me. So don't expect me to know you and shit. That's another assumption. He's an agent like me. Stop assuming shit. Always ask questions because it's a vast world with a lot of variety of things and stuff like that, yo. So if I confront you about something as a man because you step to me or you looking at me funny, like you just staring at me. I'm like, yo, I'm not about to have no fucking staring contest with your ass. It's like, you want to get in my energy and shit using your eyes, but not using your words with an evil eye. Like you could be a native or something like that. You don't know I'm a native too. But where I'm from as a native, we more hardcore. I'm not going to be an assassin and shit. I'm going to come at your fucking neck like, you all right, yo? You good? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come at your neck. Why? Because we still got to be strong because we in the heart of the plantation and shit still. So we still got to be hard and strong against our oppressor. Over here, y'all all free and shit. It's like y'all be free and shit. Or y'all have y'all problems still, but y'all be game playing and shit like that. Y'all be doing assassin shit. You don't confront people face to face. Just like y'all became cowardly and shit. The whiter the skin got or some shit. But it's still respecting the fact that you're a native and your energy and intensity is still the same as mine. I gotta let you know, like, you all right? You know, it's good. You good? You know? And you just looking at me and shit. I'm like, what? What? You got something to say? Like, you thinking in your mind, I'm a native. I ain't gotta answer him. I'm a native. I'ma stand here because this is my ground. This is my territory. This is my land and shit. But you not thinking I'm thinking the same shit. You good, yo? Like, bitch, I'll go wherever the fuck I want to go. I'm a native for real. I go anywhere I want to fucking go. All these motherfucking people, Chinese, Japanese, non-native Indians that don't even know the fucking history or do know the history, but trying to play like you don't know the history while you hear shit. Africans and shit, all kind of people over this motherfucker. Spain, this, France, French people, all kind of people over here don't belong here. Of course, I feel the same way. So I'm going to confront you and step my foot down like, yo, you good? I'm on my own land, my nigga. Yeah, I'm in a different territory, so when the natives come that this territory belong to, yeah, I can talk to them and answer them and tell them why I'm here and shit like that. But Otherwise, I don't feel like I need to answer to you and shit. Not even a Caucasian man that run the American government. Go and confront their asses and shit. Stare them down like that. But you don't. But me, I'll confront anybody. I don't care if you Caucasian or not, my nigga. I'll confront anybody. You good? I don't care if you're a white Caucasian enemy, my nigga. You the colonizer. And you just standing there looking at me. I'm like, I'm going to say, hey, you good? I mean, you just looking at me. I mean, you got a question or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Because you're just staring at me and shit. Like I do something wrong or something. I need to change my character. Or did I say something to you that I need to apologize for or some shit? Like, because I'm wondering why you looking at me and shit. So it's that type of thing. Or why you hovering me and shit, feeling emotions, and I'm not feeling you feeling emotions. I'm just chilling hard as shit, feeling nothing in my own mind. You full of emotions and energy, and I'm not feeling you. And you just trying to figure out why I'm not feeling you. Why I don't know you mad and shit. Why I don't know how you feel. Because you're not talking. I don't know what the fuck you going through. I'm 40 years old. How the fuck you know what I'm going through? I can't sit up there and look at a man that's a grown man and just be like, yeah, look at you on some psychic reading shit. And like, no, your shit don't work like that, nigga. Heaven block shit off like that on purpose so that people just don't be all in people's heads like that. And then next thing you having seizures, schizophrenic episodes of shit because everybody's mind's open reading each other's minds. No, heaven makes sure that you have some kind of security, my nigga. Some kind of privacy. Not privacy, privacy. You know, some kind of privy life about your mind so that the way people can ask you questions and you can talk to them. Yeah, you could lie, but still you can tell the truth also. So it's just, I just feel some kind of way about that. People feeling some kind of way about me. I already told people why I was here. If you are one of those people that know me, but then when you get around me, pretend that you don't know me while at the same time trying to let me know that you do know me, you know that my mother's here. You know that. So if you know my mother's here, sorry, Japanese people. If you know that my mother's here, and I say I never met my mother before, or whatever the case, I don't know my mother, then you know I'm here because of my mother. Okay? My father's Tupac Shakur, so you know that whatever y'all did to him, you probably could be thinking, I know something. I wouldn't know anything. I was in Baltimore, sheltered my whole life. I didn't even know he was my father. I didn't even listen to all of his music. I listened to certain songs, but I more so listened to East Coast rappers like Method Man, Nas, Biggie. I ain't really listen to Nas too much. I listen to Biggie. I listen to Method Man the most. Wu-Tang Clan the most. I listen to Method Man. Bone Thugs and Harmony here and there. So you would know I wouldn't know anything because I just lived my life as a child. So when all of this stuff was happening with Tupac, give me a second. When all of this stuff was happening with the beefs between Tupac and this, that, and third, and all these people, I was a child looking at TV like, I don't know what the hell going on. I just see a bunch of grown people fighting and fussing, and I don't know what the hell going on. Go and do my homework or go outside and play or something. It's grown folks' business. I don't know what's going on. Most of the time, we couldn't even watch, cursing on TV and stuff like that. So we wasn't watching shit like The Source of Wars. Wasn't watching that stuff. I couldn't watch rated R movies until I was 14. So you're not gonna know anything about the adult world, yo, when you had parents that would stay in a child's place. So when you grow up and be older, you think because I'm a 40-year-old man today, I was privy to some shit. No, I just wisened up because I'm living life now. I'm grown. But when I was a child, don't expect me to know shit that happened in that time, yo. I'm still gonna be a child. I'm still gonna go back to a child again, not knowing anything. Why, when you look at me being a grown man, not think that, well, he was too young back then, yo. Like, he wouldn't know. It's no possible he would have known. Wasn't no internet or nothing. So you wouldn't think that. What you're thinking is you're afraid and shit. Somebody gave me some private information and you scared of shit, and I'm trying to get you and shit. Your guilt tells on yourself. But I don't know. Everybody made sure I stayed in the child's place, and I didn't even know Tupac was my father. My mother didn't even raise me, so I wouldn't even have known that. So, like I said, y'all have an issue with that, yo. And it's mostly the people that are lacking in experience lacking in exploration. Like you don't explore the world, you don't learn history, you don't go anywhere and really like learn of the people in the area that you're in and how the people are. And that's how it be, yo. When you go to people's hoods or go to people other cities and other places and stuff like that, you always got somebody that's from that city or from that area that is in the boxed in mindset where they can't communicate with outsiders because they still stuck in the mindset of them, their upbringing in that environment. Whereas if you're not from that environment, so you can't fathom what that environment is like. Especially you being a grown man, you already have had your environment experience. So you couldn't fathom what a Crip and Blood beef is like, what y'all went through, how you had to watch out for shit. We don't have that trauma and fear and shit. So we couldn't fathom it. It's more like a story to us. Like we listening to your story, we can't fathom that. Now, when my ex-wife came into my life, now ex-wife, Tanika, I'm not knowing that that's now I know because Jhené Aiko did the song. She went to Utah and did a performance, and I was doing Uber still. I'm in the Uber truck now that they gave me, but I was doing Uber, and I was in Utah doing it, and I was looking at the little apps and stuff. Oh, Jhené Aiko was going to be performing and stuff. You can drop people off at the concert. I'm like, man, that's too late. I'm gonna be in the house, you know. So I was still like, dang, man, like she gonna be performing. I wish I could have came to the concert, but my ex-wife went to the concert. All right, so they are already privy on their beefs and shit like that, or their red and blue situation. They already privy on that because I guess over here on the West Coast, the first thing you do is find out or try to find out if a person have an association with a red or blue. So you already be on it. So you know Jhené Aiko is from California. First thing you think and is find out what flag she is. So I'm guessing that's how y'all think. But Jhené Aiko also know about me because she knew that I did the little feature, you know, the little fun, call them fun features. I did little fun features with Ariana Grande uh, and all of that stuff. I did fun features and stuff, but I haven't done one. I did one with Maya. I haven't done one with Jhené Aiko yet, but I'm about to. Um, but I guess she was hardcore in the gang before, and my ex-wife was hardcore in the Bloods, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that. She never told me about that, her life being a Blood or nothing like that. So me coming from Baltimore, I'm in my Baltimore mind. I'm not thinking to ask her about a red or blue first off. I'm thinking like, is she a holy woman? Does she want to serve y'all? That's all I'm thinking in my mind. I'm getting good night, peaceful sleeps and stuff. And I guess if I ever did, or she ever, maybe she did ask me about it before, you know, and I think I might have told her something like, I'm not part of either side. I'm not part of the Crip or the Bloods, you know. It's more like I'm neutral. But if you bother me about it and keep trying to pick me about the Crip and Blood thing, then I might get fussy and start trying to shut the whole thing down. I might get disrespectful and irritated. I might get disrespectful and irritating towards you and be like, make you upset by saying, fuck both that shit. Like, stop hounding me about something I'm not a part of or know nothing about or have no clue of and shit, but you just don't believe I don't have a clue about the shit. So now I'm getting disrespectful because you not believing me. And I'm not understanding how you just not believing my words. Like, what the fuck I gotta hide from? But it's like, damn, y'all that hardcore out here that y'all gotta lie and hide from each other and shit. It's like, yo, I'm not from here. And it makes me irritated because, like, you need to travel then. Because if you don't know that when I say I'm not part of the shit, stop hounding me about it, I meant that. You got to go where I'm from and live there in the hood for a while and know there's no such thing as Crip and Blood. It's the most peaceful time, the most peaceful place you can go to and shit is the East Coast for Crip and Blood. You go to the East Coast, there's no such thing as that out there. You might run into somebody that might be banging, but they ain't gonna be from there. Like, oh, you a Crip? Like, I ain't from here though. I'm from Cali and shit. So now if you meet somebody in Baltimore and you walking through Mondawmin and you dapping up and stuff, hey man, what's up? Yeah, I'm from Cali. You from Cali? And then then y'all might try to pull that shit. But we gonna be like, if we there, like, hey, yo, chill with that. Don't bring that shit in our hood. Don't bring that shit in our city, my nigga. Because if you start killing each other over red and blue, niggas gonna start feeling some kind of way. No, we don't do that shit. So we're gonna stop you from bringing bullshit into our city. That's like me coming into California. I see somebody from East Baltimore here California, I'm not gonna spark a East Baltimore versus West Baltimore beef in California. Oh, he from East Baltimore. Yeah, what's up with you? What's wrong with y'all and shit? He from East Baltimore. You like, what the fuck does that mean and shit? You gonna be lost and shit. Like, you said that's how y'all sound to me and shit. Like, if I'm sitting here like, nah, I don't fuck with East Baltimore niggas. You from East Baltimore. I'm spazzing out hard as y'all is with the Crip and Blood shit. Ready to go crazy and shit. Oh, he really spicy as shit like we be and shit. So I guess that East Baltimore, West Baltimore shit real as shit. Like, yeah, it's real as shit. Like, I'm spazzing out shit. And y'all like, damn, I can't fathom why y'all mad and shit. Like, where did this come from? And you want to be asking, where did it come from? Give me a book and shit. Teach me history. You sounding like me, like a dumbass. But I can't think like that because you ain't from Baltimore. So I can look at you and be like, you right. You don't know nothing and shit. Leave it alone and shit. I can't even get mad if I'm mad at you for not understanding and shit. I can't do that to you. I can't be sitting here thinking that you know something and shit because it's well known now in the whole country that East Baltimore versus West Baltimore, but you're still not from Baltimore, so I'm not gonna feel it and shit. You know, I'm not gonna disrespect you like that. Try to make you choose a side and shit. Choose West Baltimore East. That's disrespectful. If you like as a man, you're like, man, I don't want to choose neither one of that, man. I'm a Crip or I'm a Blood or whatever you might say you are and shit. I came up, I was this and that and this and that. You gave me a story. So I wouldn't even disrespect y'all like that because I understand what it's like that you try to rep something that you're not part of. You would say something like that, right? Don't rep something that you're not, don't rep anything that you're not a part of and shit. You would respect, and now it would force me to respect you as a man and what you're saying. Like, don't rep something that you're not a part of or don't understanding what that can bring. Like, you can get fucked up for representing falsely, you know? And another thing that I don't like about the red and blue is that I can't, like, for example, like wear something blue or wear something red and just be chilling because I like the color. I can't just chill and shit. So I got this blue Jeep Compass or whatever from Axial Automotive through Uber. So I went to the Uber app. The Uber app had an Axial Automotive. I clicked on the website, looked at some of the cars because I wanted to stop renting and I wanted to try to like do payments and stuff. And I did so. So I called up Axial Automotive. I came in. I saw a silver Jeep Grand Cherokee. A silver Jeep Grand Cherokee. I'm like, oh, that's silver Jeep Grand. Yeah, that's hard. Give me the silver Jeep Grand. Yeah, that's hard. The silver shorty. Yeah, the silver on silver. Yeah. Yeah, that's hard. So I'm thinking to go in, yeah, talk to him about the silver Jeep Grand Cherokee. They already had the blue Jeep Compass pulled up and shit. So it's like, I'm not thinking at all Crip and Bloods. I'm thinking, shit, I'm black. I ain't never had nothing good in my life and shit. Shit, I'm driving it, shorty. I got the car playing there? Shit, I ain't never had nothing good in my life like that. Fuck that, I'm driving. Thank you so much and shit. I'm driving happy and shit. Thank you so much. I'm not realizing that I'm driving through Utah. Niggas is Crips and Bloods out this bitch. And I'm just smiling. Yeah, they're like, what you smiling about and shit. No, I'm just, I got the new wheels. I'm just happy I got a job and shit like that. Da-da-da-da. No, I don't think anybody ever asked me about Crip and Bloods. I mean, maybe probably like once or twice somebody might have asked me about Crip and Bloods. And then maybe a guy or two was from Baltimore and asked me about Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore too. My cousins is from Baltimore too, but my cousin got shot, this, that, and da 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 da. I'm like, oh damn, that's fucked up. I'm like, nah, I'm old, but I had to let him know because he was young, and I said, well, I'm 40 years old, my nigga. Like my Baltimore days came up, in the 80s and shit. So it's different times back then. I'm from Park Heights and West Baltimore. Different people, different scenery, different things, and a series of events that was going on. So I wouldn't even know or have any clue about what was going on with your peoples. You know what I'm saying? Once I turned 18, I went into the military, so I wouldn't even know what was going on in the hood no more. So that's but that let them know. Don't think I got anything to do with it because I didn't hug the block or I didn't stay in the hood or any hoods. I went out and ventured out to the world, so I came out of that, involvement. So I had to let them know. That's why I'm here now and shit in Utah because I'm, doing things. But yeah, y'all, I understand it could be gutter like that. That's why I said to him, it could be gutter like that. That I had to talk to him differently because he from Baltimore. You talk differently. There's no such thing as Crip and Bloods, but you got to let people know in some kind of way how you had no association with thug life, like being a thug and being gang, just being tough and shit. It's not really gangster. It's just really being tough. Because when you say gangster, it kind of sounds like you in a gang. So it's more like I have no association with that hood being tough life and shit, being hardcore and shit, overly hardcore because niggas is gut out here. I got no part of it since a certain age. So I came out of that real aggressive way of being. That's why I became more sophisticated. I talk a little bit better or whatever. So had to let him know. He was like, "Hey, yeah." He was like, "Listen to me, hey, you right." But it was like you got to talk to the young people in some kind of way. But I think somebody asked me about Crip and Bloods, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Baltimore, and on the East Coast, Baltimore, Maryland. We had nothing to do with this. That's the one thing I don't like about New York, how they adopted that Crip and Blood thing into the city. Because even I knew that in the '80s and early '90s, there was no such thing as Crip and Bloods in New York City, but it came in at some point, and I was mad that they brought it over to outside because how Tupac got shot and all of this stuff with the Crip and Bloods, with the Snoop and stuff. I was like, man, they too aggressive over that red and blue, yo. Especially watching it on movies and TV. I said, oh, hell no. I'm saying niggas killing niggas because they got a certain color on. Then I used to watch little clips and news reports how niggas with red on would chase after niggas with blue on and shit and just murk that nigga on TV and shit or on a camera and shit and ain't give a fuck. Like, yeah, and then rep a set and shit. Watching little clips and videos and shit. Like, what the fuck? Yo, he just had on blue and shit. Like, don't wear blue around here and shit. Like, damn. So I can't wait. So it scared the shit out of me because if you don't come from that, if I was just in somebody's hood or my parents moved into California and I'm wearing my blue outfit that my mother bought me and shit, and I don't know shit that's going on, I can get murked for wearing blue and shit. I said, I scared the shit out of me. So I was like, don't bring that shit. So it made me say in my teenage years, like, I do not want that shit. Like, fuck that Crip and Blood shit. Do not bring that shit over here, my nigga. No disrespect for that shit over there. Just keep that shit over there, but over here, do not bring it over here, yo. Cause I like, if I want to wear blue, I'm gonna wear blue, my nigga. And I dare nigga tell me take some shit off that I bought or that I'm like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's just gonna be. So it was the whole city of my whole city was like that. My whole city became like that. Hearing about Crip and Bloods, like, man, fuck these niggas. If you gonna tell me that, I'll never let a nigga tell me I can't wear something and shit. Wear a certain color and shit. Fuck that. I'll never leave Baltimore. If that's the case, that's how we was talking and shit. But we still gave respect to it, but said respect to it over there in Cali. But now I'm in Cali, I don't be disrespectful. I just stay out of the way. That's why I'm not going to places like Inglewood that I heard on TV and shit. Like, oh, Inglewood and shit. Even on a movie, nigga. I watch a movie, Inglewood. You see gunshots firing, pop out, red and blue. Fuck that. I'm gonna go where Japantown and Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, 90210. I remember that on TV. I remember watching Saved by the Bell. 90210 was like watching a soap opera. Like, I don't see niggas gang banging on 90210. So I'm going to 90210 and shit. Type that shit in. Yeah, let's go out here to Beverly Hills. I remember Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy. Okay, let's go out there. Cut the music. Go out here to Beverly Hills and shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember Clueless. I don't think they got a problem and shit. They just like wearing purses and shopping and shit. I'm gonna go out there. They don't look like they cripping and blooding out there. Y'all not thinking how I'm thinking and shit. I know you see me and I'm a black guy or brown like y'all, but no, my nigga, y'all different, yo. Y'all different over here. So why the fuck? Like, I can't talk to y'all the same as I would talk to somebody comfortably in my own city because I can say something that could offend you and not know it. And you could secretly still be talking to me like a black guy and shit, but feeling some kind of way and shit, and I don't know it. And I'm thinking you meaning me well and shit. You set me up and shit. Because I said something I didn't know was offensive. That's what happened with my ex-wife. Because I, disrespected the blood thing and the Crip thing to a degree because I think she just like egged it on or said something. I think I did say something. Like, I don't got shit to do with it. Like, and I think she might have said her cousin is a blood or something like that. Like, oh, my cousin a blood or something like that. I'm like, oh, all right, you're blood and shit. I ain't feel nothing and shit. She was like, it's like impossible for me to feel nothing. Cause she young and she don't know shit. Like, it's like you young as shit, you don't know shit. You way too young to know that in the East Coast of America during the 80s, niggas you're saying she's too young. Like, she came up when social media was out and internet was out and shit. Like she grew up with a iPhone in her hand and shit. So I know it sounded like she too young. She was 19 when I met her. That's why I didn't want to talk to her. She was too young. In my mind, she was too young. So I said, no, I don't want to talk to you. I told her I don't want to talk to her like 8 times, literally 8 times. And she still wouldn't take no for an answer. I was like, I really, really like you and stuff. So I gave her one fair chance. But in that one fair chance, I'm noticing that we never had an argument or had an issue to really fuss about. But I'm realizing now that when she's telling me her cousin was a blood, I'm thinking she want me to choose and shit. Like, how the fuck I'm gonna be a rabbi and a blood girl? You know, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm a holy man. According to the Most High, I cannot learn the ways of the heathen, my nigga. That falls under the bracket of learning the ways of the heathen. And now I want to learn how the Crip and Bloods get down. So now while I'm preaching the Torah, niggas will riding up with blue want to shoot my ass down after I'm teaching the Torah. How the fuck you gonna wear fringes in the border of blue if you a blood and shit? I'm in here saying this. The scriptures tell you wear fringes with a border of blue or a border of purple. So now you can't wear fringes because you're a blood and shit. You can't follow the way of the Most High. You can't obey God because you're a blood and shit. That shit dumb. So it's like, yo, you can't. So it's like, man, I don't know how that shit got started. I never seen anybody ever come up on a literal official, not on Vlad, not on nothing that's like nothing that niggas be on and shit and really sat down, cracked a history book open and read through history how that shit got started, man, nigga. Nobody. You just like talking and shit. But where the books at? Where the right? Who the people and shit? Pictures and shit. Tell me something. Where the government was involved at and shit. Like, tell me about before that shit happened and all of that shit and how to get started and why to get started and all that. You might know, but damn, I don't know, my nigga. I'm dumb as shit about it. So it's like, don't expect me to feel anything, especially if you're not teaching me. I'm sitting here, you so busy talking about a blood and Crip. In my mind, I'm thinking, yo, I don't ever believe or follow something or open myself up to something, especially being dumb about it. Nobody does that in real life. I'm telling you, yo, you need to side with West Baltimore, not East Baltimore. What's the first thing you gonna think? Well, why y'all? Right, why? You wanna ask the question, why? Because you don't fucking know and shit. Well, why East Baltimore is beefing with West Baltimore? Why? When that started and shit? I mean, just choose a, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad because you asking questions I don't know and shit. I just want you to choose a side of my aggression and shit. This is what happens, yo. It's what happens and shit like that. So my ex-wife was just like that. Just kept saying her cousin was a blood and shit. I'm like that. And he's down here, downtown Salt Lake, down the streets. He lived down here somewhere. I think she was trying to scare me or some shit like that. Or trying to test me to see, like, where I'm at with it. And I'm like, do you see me with Hebrew garments on, a tallit on? I got my prayer book open. I'm praying in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu. I'm speaking in Hebrew, teaching all this stuff I'm doing about the Most High. And you ask me about blood and Crip. I already told y'all no shit about it. What's on my mind is the Bible. Hebrew is in my mind. I got the dry erase board writing Hebrew alphabets, thinking about Hebrew and words and letters, and Hebrew lexicon is in my brain spaces. Not blood and blue, red and blue, my nigga. Teaching the holy way of the Most High was in my mind. The Most High Yah is in my mind, not Crip and Bloods and who y'all hiding from and ducking from and shit. So when she was asking me that, I'm like, that's fine. Like, you keep telling me your cousin, he a blood, he down here. That's what's up. He cool. I'm saying he a blood or whatever. What they got to do with him? I said, I think I just checked it. Like, what they got to do with him being just a real person and shit? Like who is just he and shit? Like, without the Crip and Blood, like, he's just still a person and shit. What kind of person is just he as a man and shit? I don't give a fuck about that Crip and Blood shit. When you talk to me like a regular ass man that got nothing to do with a color. Because it's how I'm gonna come at you. I don't do that shit where I'm from. I didn't come up, wasn't raised, I don't know anything about it. I'm completely clueless about red and blue. Never had a beef with a nigga with red on or blue on, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I just was wise enough to know that y'all niggas crazy out here, so I travel a lot, so let me wear silver and shit like that. It was something neutral, because I'm still not that stupid, though. You know? So, because that shit scared me when I back in the day. That shit scared the shit out of me in my teenagers, watching videos, niggas killing niggas over colors and shit. That was scared as shit. No reason, just like, you just murked a nigga. Why you milk? Because he got on red and shit. That scared the shit out of me. Like, you can just die for wearing a color and don't, like, what the fuck? Wait, y'all, where they at? In California? Fuck that. I ain't going there. You know what I'm saying? Found out my mother here. I'm going there. Fuck that. My mother out here. I don't know my mother, so my mother never raised me. So shit, I'm brave as shit, my nigga. Fuck that. I'll fight everybody out this bitch to stay here to get close enough to my mother. Fuck everything, everybody. I'm not part of shit. And if you don't believe me, then I'm gonna spice up and just tell you I'm only here for my mother, my nigga. And what comes with that is just trying to live life, you know. And I got my cousins here too, Kaya Cole and Sky Jackson. You know, my father's cousins. I'm, second cousin to Kaya. Like that, my family's here. So, so that means Jaden and Willow is my brother, sister. So my family's here. So I'm here with my family at. So like, why the fuck would I give a fuck about anything else besides family? It's like you're not understanding how people think on other sides. Or if I said I was from Chicago, or not even Chicago, if I said I was from some dumbass place like Wyoming and shit. Like, oh, I'm from Wyoming and shit. You ain't gonna think shit. Like, damn, the fuck they do out Wyoming and shit. I think that's from out Wyoming and shit. It's crazy. So, they're like, where you from? I'm from Maine and shit. You from Maine? Yeah, I'm from Maine and shit. Sometimes on Fridays we ride over to Canada and shit. It take us like about an hour. Like I'm telling you different stories and shit that got nothing to do with you. Like yeah, it's nice in Canada and shit. You never thought about Canada a day in your life until I said I was from Maine. And I said, man, my family every Fridays drive to Canada, take that 1 hour drive, take the shortcut, that little special path with the peach tree and shit. Ain't nothing blood and crip going on in Maine and shit. You just going to Canada back and forth because it's real close and shit. And you go to the little Canadian store over there and shit. You're like, what the fuck is you talking about? Canada and shit. So it's like, it's just, you gotta listen to people, yo. Understand. People be brown the same. People be the same complexion, the same color. We be Hebrews the same. But we have different experiences, different upbringings, different in different environments. Yes, similar because America's America. We're all slaves here. So yeah, we have that similarity of being oppressed. But different areas, our oppression is laced with different types of spices and seasonings and shit. So that means different flavors of oppression. You got red and blue over here. Over where we from, we got East Baltimore versus West Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I grew out of my shit because I grew out of my shit. I knew I grew out of mine all the way because I was doing cable on East Baltimore. Now I was doing cable on East Baltimore, and the guy was like trying to start a problem with me while I was on the line and shit. I'm like, you got a problem or something, yo? I'm like, well, you all right, yo? Like, you got a problem? I'm installing cable. Like, what you doing, yo? I'm like, I'm installing cable. What the fuck it look like, nigga? Then I realized, oh shit, I'm in East Baltimore and shit. I'm like, and then I had got down off the ladder, and I got into the spiciness of West Baltimore, but I didn't get into the beefiness of it. Meaning I got spicy to let them know, hey, yo, like, niggas grow the fuck up, my nigga. I'm working. I got a family. I'm trying to take care of my children, my nigga. I grew out of that West Baltimore versus East Baltimore beef a long ass time. I'm 40 fucking years old. I traveled the world. I've been in the military. I'm way above that shit now, my nigga. If you still want to be stuck in that East versus West shit, that's on you, my nigga. Don't bring that my way. I'm just living. I'm a regular man, living, trying to make money, trying to take care of my family. Just so happen I'm on East Baltimore installing cable because it's where they got me the fuck at. So be it, my nigga. But miss me with that, yo. You can just miss me with that, or I will just you will just have a personal problem with just me, my nigga. It won't be an East versus West. It would just be you got a problem with me because I'm trying to tell you I'm out of that shit. So that's what I said to the man or whatever, and he left me alone. All right, you cool and shit, right? The fuck, I got fuck out my face, man. I have nothing to do with that shit no more. So whatever the case, that was as far as it went with me. But it's like, yo, you gotta break out of that shit because you grow up in America and you become a part of shit because you have no culture. You wasn't raised in church, or you wasn't raised by your family telling you you're a Hebrew Israelite. You are directly related to Moses and them. The commandments, the Torah, you must keep these commandments and things. You're not taught the culture of the Hebrews. You're not taught you gotta wear fringes and borders of blue. You're not taught head wraps. You're not taught that shit. You just given whatever the fuck they gave you, what they had and shit. And you try to do your best with it and shit. You go hard as shit till you start growing up and learning and shit. But y'all niggas be coming out of nowhere with that shit. You got Mexicans and people that's Spanish from wherever the fuck they at come over here repping that shit. I seen a Japanese person repping that shit. Like, the fuck is y'all doing, my nigga? Y'all come from wherever the fuck to America on some English shit. These niggas your enemies and you becoming a part of this shit. How you know that shit ain't started? When you look at politicians, you got the red tie and the blue tie, my nigga. You can't see that shit? Like, why the fuck y'all come from your country that got nothing to do with America and then start repping American shit? Like, it's dumb as shit. Like, you can't be a man and just man up and be like, yo, I ain't got no parts of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm Japanese, or I'm this, that, and the third. Our culture is samurais and ninjas. I'm going to stick to my own culture. Leave me alone about it. You know? People will give you respect for that because you're not from here and you're not trying to just, become a part of some slave-ass shit. All that shit slave shit, my nigga. Crip blood, this is slave shit. Yes, it is. Slave shit. You just chose shit and then you went through the motions of that shit, lost lives, lost loved ones, and so you got stuck into it because you lost shit, lost people and stuff. You did shit, killed people and shit like that. So your emotions got wound up into it and you can't get out. So my ex-wife was just probably feeling some kind of way about me because I just was standing up to her like, yo, why the fuck? Like, stop asking me about that shit. Like, I got nothing to do with this shit. I don't give a fuck about the red or the blue. Like, fuck both them shits for real. Like, I got nothing to do with none of this shit. I'm just a fucking man living my life. If you want to be a blood, be a blood. Leave me out that shit. You want to be a crip, be a crip. Leave me. Or if you used to be that shit and you not, whatever the fuck. That's your story, my nigga. Like, your story got nothing to do with my story. And that's what Jhené Aiko was trying to say in the song. I be forgetting you live in a different time zone. That's what you're trying to say. I be forgetting you live in a different time zone. Like, you from over east, you from the East Coast. Y'all don't got shit to do with what we got going on. Jhené Aiko is trying to tell you in a song called The Worst that this is how niggas be thinking, that be Crips and Bloods, But also in the midst of that, her own personal shit. That's crazy. So, Jhené Aiko found out about me. You know how y'all all know who I am, but y'all don't say y'all know me and shit because of whatever. But Jhené Aiko got privy to the fact that my ex-wife was a blood or something like that. I never knew my wife was a blood and shit. The whole time we've been together, I never knew she was a blood. When she started talking to me about blood shit, I still didn't give a fuck and shit. Like, okay, all right, the fuck? What got to do with me and shit? Like, okay, you ready to pray and shit? Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, so whatever. I just was getting mad because she just kept she kept saying it like she's looking to trigger me about it. Like, I'm supposed to know or I'm supposed to have some kind of emotion about hearing Crip and Blood. And I wasn't having an emotion except for being irritated that she kept asking me, like, I'm a grown-ass man, girl. I'm 40 years old. Got nothing to do with that. Where I'm from is no such thing as that. So I lived my life. I grew up. My childhood, all that shit. It was different for us. So I lived my life already as far as that shit, street shit. Never was a such thing as Crip and Blood. So if you got a history about that, tell me your story and let's leave it alone and shit. I can help you get out of that shit. We serving the Most High today. But she did some dumb shit, pulled the butcher knife out on me and shit like that. It was just dumb shit she was doing. I didn't give a fuck that she wanted the red car. I didn't give a fuck about she was liking red or loving red. So what? My Aunt Jill loved red, but she not a blood. She just loved red and shit. Aunt Red, she loved red too, but she not a blood. She just loved red and shit. I love Raphael because it's red. I love red. She's a red bird. That's all. There's nothing to do with nothing else. And she never disrespected the fact that I like blue. But stuff like that. Like, come on, yo. Y'all made something out of nothing. Y'all made something negative out of nothing. So, whatever the case, I think that's kind of what started making her be different towards me, was because the blood conversation she was trying to have with me. And I wasn't giving a fuck about the conversation because I'm more concerned about talking about the Bible and praying. And I'm like, why are you more focused on talking about that and getting spazzy about that versus wanting to talk about the Bible, talking about the Most High? We got to teach our daughter the way of the Most High, not about choosing a Crip and Blood and shit like that. That's dumb shit. You just over here, niggas talking about red and blue. I don't know if you ask me about Democrats and Republicans, my nigga. I'm independent. I don't know. What the fuck? I'm an independent voter and shit. You talking about red and blue like too much. Like I'm about to start talking about voting and shit. So I'm like, that's what it sounds like and look like to me. Because I'm completely clueless to why the fuck y'all overdoing it. Or why y'all even beefing for real. You know what I'm saying? So, it's that, man. I had to overdo it and spice it up. Now, like I said, If y'all having y'all beefs, I'm out of it. I'm backed out the way of that shit or whatever the case. Don't put me into it. But if y'all going beef and y'all got history with each other, let me get out the way. Y'all got that history or whatever. Now I'm looking at Jhené Aiko, and I'm looking at her singing in Utah, and my wife is there. Now I like Jhené Aiko. You know, I like her singing and all that. Now, because my wife is now my ex-wife, she's in her emotions now. She want to be fighting Jhené Aiko because Jhené Aiko, I don't know. I don't want to say anything wrong, but I think she's a Crip. I don't know, but whatever the case, she's having a clash with my ex-wife, but also my ex-wife is a blood or whatever, and she's singing to let it be known that you had a good husband, but you made it about gang shit. You can't be about God and be about gang shit. You fucked up and you fucked the code up. Like, you fucked everybody up trying to connect holy shit to gang shit. So you fucked both sides up with that. And that was something, I guess, personal they was talking about through the songs. But the energy was so hot that I even started feeling it I started feeling it just now. But then I realized, feeling it just now, today is old, I'm realizing that that's why my wife was like, feeling like she wanted to divorce me and shit, and kept pushing me away, not letting me see my daughter and shit, over some blood shit. Now I got nothing to do with the both. I don't, like, what the fuck? You taking shit out on me that I got no connection to. I'm just a holy man living right. The fuck you connect me to that shit for? Her little brother and shit, DeAndre, all that blood shit. Like, yo, my nigga, I'm just a regular ass man that's ex-military that'll fucking kill your ass and shit over my daughter. Not fuck about no blood and Crip shit. You just not gonna sit up there and tell me my daughter not going with me and you a little ass teenager and shit in high school. The fuck? About to just kill you off just saying dumb shit, my nigga. Not off no Crip and blood shit. Because you said some dumb shit, I'm spiced up. Not because you said some dumb shit and I spiced up and you, oh, he gotta be a Crip and shit. No, nigga. Where I'm from, everybody fucking know it's not that. You just not going, I don't give a fuck what man it is out there, Crip blood or not. Because even a Crip blood want better for their daughter. They just going to look at you. I'm not, that's better than that. I got my daughter, my nigga, and I'll make sure she don't be exposed to the Crip and blood shit. Because I want better for my daughter. Your dumb ass sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Because then what? What, my daughter going to be a blood and shit now? No, nigga. That's what's making me mad. Like, I'm a holy man. I want to teach her the ways of the Most High. A moral way so she could be a modest, chaste young woman one day. Not sitting there with red on talking some brat because mommy said brat and shit. Fuck is y'all talking about? That's the one thing I don't like about New York, that they brought that shit in there like that. They brought that shit in there like that. And when you go to New York now, you can't disrespect Crip and Bloods or say anything about it because then they get spicy. And I'm like, man, fuck y'all. Never used to be that back in the Crooklyn days and shit like that. You used to watch like Crooklyn on TV. Even when I went to PS92 when I was in 3rd grade. You ain't had no Crip and Bloods out that bitch. It was just, you in Harlem, my nigga. You in Harlem. You go to PS92. You walk up the street by the YMCA, hit the left, bang, go down the street, hit the right. You at PS92. Hit the corner store, get that 50-inch long bubblegum thing. You know what I'm saying? Get the 2 for $5 cookies and shit. The 2 for $5 pack of cookies. Get the snack wraps and the wrap snacks and shit. The homegirl chips. Not snack wrap snacks. Get the homegirl chips because the homegirl chips taste better than the homeboy chips. Give me a bag of homegirl chips. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no Crip and Bloods. You ain't see nobody walking around talking about some Crip and Blood shit. Y'all brought that shit in real stealthy. Now you go there, niggas really, well, are you Crip? You a Crip? I'm a Crip, yo. Where you from and shit? Cali? I'm from New York. Man, fuck out of here. So we never respected niggas because that shit came all of a sudden. Like, man, fuck, you don't know what them niggas really repping for. Like, we hated y'all for that shit. What is they even repping for? Y'all be spicy as shit on some murderous shit, but I still look at you in your fucking face, murderous as shit as you is, and be like, fuck that shit, my nigga. Why you bring that in the city? Why you bring it over here from Baltimore? Y'all niggas gonna think that niggas know about Crip and Bloods or we Crip and Bloods because New York Crippin' and Blood now. Now it got all of us looking fucked up. Man, fuck y'all for that. Cause now we fucked up. I can't tell a nigga I ain't got nothing to do with it because y'all niggas and shit. That's all I'm trying to say, yo. All the fuck I'm trying to say. Don't know shit about that shit that y'all doing. And My wife left me for that shit. I'm thinking that's what she left me for because there was no reason for her to divorce me. I think she just made it about gang banging and shit. Or, not gang banging, but you know what I'm trying to say. And in the gang. But y'all being young as shit, you're not realizing to respect your elders still. Respect men as men because you're going to meet a lot of people out here that have no clue about what the fuck you've been going through or anything about a Crip and Blood. Yo, you will meet people. Stop assuming that the whole world knows about Crip and Blood enough to be like, yeah, I'm part of this and shit. No, niggas just heard that shit. Or that's Cali and shit. That's as far as it go. Yeah, that's Cali and shit. Anyway, I'm from Detroit. Or I'm from Chicago. I'm from here. In my hood, we don't do that shit. We just know about y'all and shit cause stupid and shit like that. But we in game and we don't know. Fuck. So y'all niggas be over here like wanting niggas to be full fledged in that shit. So I think that's what it was. So Jhené Aiko was doing a song or whatever the case, and at the concert, and I think that's what it was. I think it was a Crip and Blood beef between my ex-wife and Jhené Aiko. But I like Jhené Aiko anyway. I just like Jhené Aiko just for herself. Because she's Japanese and shit. She's mixed, like me. She's Blasian like me. That's why I like her. Not because of that Crip thing. Like, she can see walk all she fucking want in the house and shit. Like I said, just don't static shock my ass after you start rubbing all over the fucking carpet. You want to poke me, static shocking me and shit. But still, I don't give a fuck if she's see walking through the whole fucking city or whatever the fuck. And she just doing her and shit. That's where I'm at with it. That's how much not a part of the shit I am. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if, whatever the fuck. I don't feel like wearing this because I'm just gonna wear blue. I don't give a fuck if you wear blue or whatever the fuck. It look nice and shit. Only thing I'm saying is, damn, you fine in that. Or you look pretty and just look pretty. I like that. It look nice. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It is as far as it go with me. That look nice. Not, oh, she cripping and shit. Like, I'm secretly a blood and she crip. None of that is in my brain spaces. It's just, that look nice, baby. You got a nice little butt behind there. Cheeks is kind of a little jubbly bubbly in that. Okay, you skinny, but it's looking a little flirmy wormy in that. Okay, a little firmy wormy back there and shit. Like, I'm not thinking crip and blood shit. So that's what I'm saying. And it's like, yo, you had a good husband and shit. One of the best out there. My ex-wife had a good husband, one of the best husbands out there, and you made it about gang shit. And had to sing the song to her and shit. So it was spicy. The energy was so spicy she could feel my ex-wife. And it's like, my wife is talking back in the background. Don't be forgetting you live in a different time zone. Don't be like trying to tell her, don't be forgetting you in the wrong place to be talking about some you a Crip because we bang blood out here. We kill your ass on after the show and shit. So it's like that's where my ex-wife is at with it. Because you chose to leave the Most High to start banging and shit. Man, fuck out of here. Do you and shit. That's kind of like do you and shit. Do you go live your thug ass life and shit. But it looked like Jhené Aiko was like, yo, I'm trying to leave this shit behind. You still about that shit. She's been famous so long to know and gained enough experience to know that I need a second chance. I'll be Jhené Aiko's second chance since my ex-wife didn't want me to be her second chance to let that shit go. She chose to be with her cousin, who's the blood, and just still rock out with that shit. Instead of them just be like, yo, yeah, you got a good husband. He's like got a good hit on shit. Somebody I can follow at them. He can help me get out of this bullshit and be a holy man. Instead of that, the nigga said, be with me and ride with me and we won't still gang and all that bullshit. Like, man, y'all be dumb and shit. Go out there and be dumb. My ex-wife, she never had to go to work if she didn't want to. So she sat in the house all the time. Or I bought her own car. So she can go drive around where she want to go and shit. I never confined her or nothing. If she needed money, she had access to the money and all that. The only thing is that we didn't have a joint account yet. So we didn't have two cars to be accessing the same bank account. But we was getting around to that and stuff, but it didn't happen yet. So yeah, it was like, yeah, we should have just, I was going to think about getting a joint account, Like she'd go like, yeah, I went and fed the homeless and something like that. Or I fed the guy, he was homeless and I bought him something from Carl's Jr. That's fine, I don't give a fuck. You go, yeah, I'm just fine, I don't give a fuck. I'm just mad you ain't bring me shit back. Like, You bought the homeless guy a Carl's Jr. burger, but your husband's starving at the work and shit. I come home from work, I'm starving, no food cooked in the house and shit. But you went out on a date with a homeless man and bought him a Carl's Jr. meal and shit. Or you went out with somebody and ate and shit, but you didn't bring anything. You didn't think about your husband. Well, my husband is at work all day. He got to get up before the sunrise, and he get back in the house when the sun is already set on the highway coming from fucking Heber City, Park City, all the way to Salt Lake, 70 minutes with no fuel card. Hungry, tired, dozing off at the wheel. I ain't got no meal prepared for him, but I just ate and went out with some homeless guy and shit with his money because I ain't got no money because I don't work, but I'm using his money to go out to eat and take a nigga out eating and shit. You know what I'm saying? And my husband ain't got no food ready. She put some water in the pot, put some spices in it, chopped up some carrots, and like, hey, I got some soup and shit. And I'm thinking like maybe she did that shit because of that blood shit. Instead of just be like, my husband ain't got nothing to do with that. Why you want him to pick a side if he's a rabbi? He's completely in a religious type of thing. Like he's in the religious side of things. Unless any of y'all little niggas out here Muslims and shit, I don't see y'all spicing up on me like that. But that's the only thing in my side of things that's happening. Like if you're a Muslim, I can see you trying to be spicy with me, but you respect Musa so much that you're not going to disrespect me because you know I know who I am. You know I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I am directly blood related to Melech Dawad and them on my Hebrew blood. I'm related to Melech Shalom or Melech Dawad, you know, King David and them. So why the fuck would I not be part of my royalty? It would be dumb as shit to try to make me be a Muslim knowing that I'm from royal blood, King Solomon and them. And of course I would follow the Torah of Musa, right? So you're not going to really argue with me, but you're not looking for me to be disrespectful to your shit anyway. Unless you're coming at me too hard. Then I'm going to be like, yo, I think you want to calm down with that, you know, coming at me with the Muslim shit. I already told you I'm directly blood related to Melech Shalom and why the fuck would I not choose my royal blood and choose some other shit? You know what I'm saying? It's just naturally in itself why I would choose the culture of my blood, right? It makes sense. The Torah, Musa, and it makes sense, right? You know what I'm saying? And you realize, and I know my shit, so you like start to calm down. If you don't calm down, then you're like, well, why the fuck would I bow down to a rock, my nigga? We skip them shits across. Then I'm gonna get spicy. See what I'm saying? That's how it be with the Crip and Blood shit. Like, respect my shit as a man. Respect me as a man because we out here as all men, right? You have the right to choose and do it and follow what God you want to follow, my nigga, with no man questioning you. That's your man birth God-given right to choose whatever belief system you want to follow and shit. Even women can follow whatever belief system they want to follow. So it's not for you to be like overdoing it with me. Like, well, why come? Like, my nigga, I think you want to calm down and shit. I said I'm this. Leave me alone. I don't feel like talking and up for debate. Respect me as a man and be like, yeah, you right. Otherwise, I'm going to think you gay or some shit on some conquering shit. It's just crazy. So it's like that, yo. Men don't respect men as men and shit no more. You just be trying to bitch niggas to make niggas follow you under your wing and shit like that. Come on, yo. Why don't you just ride with us? And man, like, get the fuck out of here. What you know about life, my nigga? Like, oh, nothing and shit. Talking about be under your wing and shit. So it'd be crazy like that. So I do get spicy, my nigga, but it don't be dumb. It just be, I be trying to make sense. I'm trying to grow in life, my nigga. Get to a holy place because our ultimate purpose is Japanese because, my nigga, we cats out this bitch with a second chance because Hiroshima, niggas blew us up. We over here in America and shit, the second chance, and we not even supposed to be living, my nigga. So we supposed to prove that we don't deserve to be in hell and shit. While these niggas trying to repossess us. But y'all got so busy caught up in the dumb shit. That's what Janae Aiko was trying to say. No, yo, we gotta wake up now. We not over here to be Crips and Bloods and this and that and shit, American shit. We over here because niggas bombed the shit out our ass. These niggas agreed to it and said these niggas over here in Hiroshima and Nagasaki blow that black ass, brown asses up and shit. Because number one, they not giving us dick. And number two, their women is extra faithful and shit. They not listening to us. They listening to their own men. And they doing their own thing. And the same Caucasian bullshit. That's why the Caucasian people on that slave shit listen to them and shit. Like, yeah, I know we got the Hebrews over here be doing that shit. You know, them niggers be the same way. And shit. Niggas, their conversation, nigger conversation. Oh, you're like the same like the niggers over here and shit. Want to do their own thing? We got that. Fly over here on some agreement shit. The fucking Quincy ass niggas with the glasses and shit. Japanese niggas gave these niggas some technology. They built that shit. Came over here and blew them niggas up on some Japanese technology and shit. Made it look like it was just America only and shit. Niggas agreed to that shit. Now niggas guilty as shit, but they still spicy as shit. Erasing niggas. Niggas ain't got no bones left behind or nothing. So you can't count how many niggas you really killed and shit. because niggas got erased. Make that shit so spicy that it erased the niggas' bones and shit. So we can't ever say brown Japanese people was here and shit. We got to make it look like Japanese people was only pale face and shit and never was brown and shit. So whenever you say, yeah, I'm Japanese, niggas be looking at you like, well, Japanese people was pale and shit. No, nigga, they brown and shit. Like, y'all just, you got the brown ones and the pale ones, my nigga. Just y'all the demons and shit. Y'all do some dumbass shit like, let's bomb them niggas and shit, erase their body bones and shit. You not knowing that, and niggas not knowing that when that shit happened, not only did your body bones get erased, you got erased, your skin got erased, your organs got erased, your bones got erased. But after you died, the meta world got erased too because that shit flaming like fire water. So now you got to fight in the fire water, demons and all kind of shit. So you like, what the fuck? You went from getting erased to now you did about to get erased again. And now that you did, about to get erased some more and shit. So now your soul bones is burning and shit. How the fuck you trying to erase niggas' body and erase, like, fuck your soul too, my nigga, like. And it's like, how can niggas feel like that? Like, you looking at these niggas like, how you feeling like that, my nigga? Like, you not at one point felt like you could have been fragile and niggas felt like that about you. Like, fuck these niggas, I'm going to erase them and shit. You just felt like that about us and shit. Yo, that's a lot of fucking strong-minded ass shit to just, like, have a bunch of ant-ass niggas on Earth looking at other ant-ass niggas like, I got more power than you, I can erase your ass. As if y'all don't feel the same fucking pain. Y'all don't have the same fucking red blood flowing through your veins. You don't walk with the same fucking footsteps niggas walk. Left, right. The same pains. The same sleep you gotta take. All that shit y'all share the same. The experience of a human. So how could you, knowing that, feel like you want to erase a bunch of niggas with no repercussions coming behind that? That shit was crazy. Under the sun, you did that shit like the sun wasn't watching. Like, yo, these niggas crazy. Now you got Demon Slayer and shit. The orange guy is the sun. He's not the demon in the situation. No matter how you paint it, he's not the demon. The orange guy. He's just the guy that never blink and shit. Orange as shit. Scary as shit looking, really. If you look too hard, you realize he the sun and shit. The S-U-N. That saw all that shit happening. These niggas still feel the same kind of way. It's crazy, yo. How you feel like you want to erase a nigga because he's brown. Now, me being a cat, I'm silver, my nigga. Like, I'm silver. Like, when I go to my body, when I leave this body sometimes, I'll go into the meta world, I'll go to my original body, right? As a cat, I'll crawl and walk and run on all fours, my nigga. And it's comfortable as shit. It's regular, it's normal. It don't feel strange or nothing. My nigga, it's like walking and shit. Like a cat, but it's like I'm a cat and shit. So I just move and da-da-da like a cat. My tail, my purr, all that shit is still, all my shit regular is still there intact and shit. But I'm silver. I'm a silver cat. My mother's a white looking cat, which is Ariana Grande. And then I got brothers and sisters and shit. What the fuck you got against a cat and shit? Like, y'all niggas never thought that you got animals out this bitch. You just thinking, I gotta get rid of these brown motherfuckers. These brown Japanese, the originals niggas, I gotta get rid of the original niggas and take over this shit. So you conspired and shit. And you did that. But we was there too and shit. Animals and shit. The cats, we didn't deserve that shit. So it's like, hell is like, they wrote it in Bleach when they was in hell, and they used the Ichigo hollow head as a lamp. It was in the manga. They used the Ichigo hollow head as a lamp to like get out of hell. But the guy that was in hell, that just arrived in hell, he was I forgot what captain he was fighting. He was fighting, I forgot his name, yo, but the strange captain, the one that be doing all kind of shit. You got like five hearts and shit, all these organs and shit. That strange captain. So he was fighting that captain. That captain had the ability to kill you and let you die real slow, and it feel like it took 1,000 years for you to die and shit. Literally make you feel like it was 1,000 years till you die, but you really died right away. So what happened was it took the guy 1,000 years to die, and I forgot, was it when the Zanpakutos came alive? I forget, but it took the guy 1,000 years to die, And then when he finally died, he went to hell and shit. But then it was in the manga. It was not in the actual canon where the cartoon shows it, where they were trying to escape hell. Now, when they showed that in the writings, that is part of our story, leaving hell. It wasn't that we escaped it. It was that we was let out of hell because Satan realized you can't judge someone that's not judgeable and shit. You just erased a bunch of people that just like, it's like a bunch of innocent people because you was mad at these people. You didn't realize that the animals also was there and they were innocent. So you erased every fucking body that was there and shit. You seen Palestine when they was bombing the shit out of them. You be seeing cats and dogs be curled up. A cat and dog be barking all day at each other, but after them bombs hit, they curled up, shaking and shivering, holding on tight as shit to each other in the rubble and shit like that. Scared as shit, don't want to let go. That's some scary ass shit, my nigga. But for us, we erased and shit. They erased us, and the cat's gone. The cat bones is gone. So you can't count how many cats was there. You can't count how many dogs was there. You can't count how many animals was there, or if there were even animals there. You just want to clean the whole shit out. Because you was mad at these brown people, the brown Japanese people. The original Japanese people, they just brown. You mad at them and shit. So my thing was, what are they so mad? Why do they hate these brown people so much? I always felt like that in my heart. Why do they hate brown people so much? So I want to be one. I'm going to be a brown person, walk around these Japanese guilty ass motherfuckers and see how they feel about brown skin and shit. Just walk around them, see how they feel about it. Like, y'all niggas different. It really is like you feel inferior to brown people. The Japanese men feel inferior, the pale-faced Japanese men feel inferior to the brown-faced Japanese man. But they also are extra angry. It's the same nigga story. It's the same Caucasian slave story. The slave master is not liking the fact that the brown man, the nigger, is big, got a big dick, and his wife want the big dick because she was cool at first. She was cool at first because that's her husband, but till he started wanting bid wenches and start fucking the slave wife and shit. So you fucking his wife and shit, but your dick really not that big like that. You just want to fuck her and get her pregnant and shit so you can have mixed babies and shit because you just want to have power. So your wife is whatever, like trying to be hushed, but now she feeling some kind of way. Like, why the fuck? Like, slavery don't mean fuck another nigga wife, my nigga. So she feeling some kind of way. You just committed adultery. Slave or not, it's adultery, my nigga. But I'm not going to say nothing. What I'm going to do is fuck this nigga. So then, and his dick bigger. So then it went from the pain of them niggas doing whatever the fuck they want to do to our brown women to us wanting to get back. Like, why the fuck you keep taking our women, my nigga? Because then if we take your women, our dick's way bigger. So stop taking our women and shit on some, I got more power than you shit, for we just use our big ass dicks and take your women, and they just going to want us just for this fact that they feel good as shit getting fucked by us. We ain't got to have no money. We could be the most broke homeless person in the world with a 9-10 inch dick. And they, you know what I'm saying? 4'11", 4'10". Feeling good as shit. Always gonna feel good as shit. They can have 5 babies and still feel good as shit off my dick. And like, stop being disrespectful. We'll come back. But whatever the case, same story of the slave story in America. Racism, prejudice, and shit like that. And so now it got so bad in Japan where the women, the pale-faced women, worship the brown man dick. And that's where it really came from. Because brown men, typically respectable men overall, are not after other men's wives. We're not after your women. They just walking by and shit. They're the ones after us. But you keep fucking looking at my face and not her face. You walking by me, right? And you looking at me first. Don't look at my woman and shit because you got a big dick. Your dumb ass not looking at her like, oh shit, she want his ass. Like, right, you gotta realize that she want me, my nigga. Like, big dick inside of a pussy feel good to a woman when she get that big dick. So you not realizing she got multiple climaxes. So she's thinking about having multiple climaxes off this big ass dick. This man can have one nut and just keep it pushing. He good off one nut and keep it pushing. So it's not really the men, my nigga, that be really overly sexualizing things. It be the women. So that's what she looking at. So it got so bad to where y'all worshiping dicks in Japan and shit. Dick worship. That's really what it is, my nigga. It got that bad in Japan where they still feel the same way they felt before with the Hiroshima energy. And it's the energy is so bad, them bombing us like that, or agreeing with America to bomb us like that, came from dick worship. That's how they started dick worship. They fell in lust with us that hard, and there was nobody to stop them, or there was no holy source to stop them, like a Bible or some kind of holy scriptural thing. Like Caucasian people got Christianity, so it kind of kept them in check a little bit over the years or whatever. Christian values, moral values, thou shalt not commit adultery type stuff. Don't even look at a man, don't even look at a woman with lust in your heart. So you kind of was able to keep each other in check and shit with the Christian values. But in Japan, there was no Christian values. So imagine you got big black dicks, no Christian values. You gonna start worshiping dick, and you're not giving a fuck, and they still feel like that. So that's why somebody like me, they want me in Japan to be having sex with the ass, but at the same time, they still feel the same energy they felt before. I'll bomb the shit out your ass if you don't give me that dick. So they're worse than Caucasian women. It's crazy, yo. All the dick worshiping countries, but Japan mainly. But I'm just a cat, my nigga. I'm like on the outside looking in, but I'm in one of the bodies of the people that you don't like and shit, observing why the fuck we had to get hit for the shit that you was mad about with these people and shit. Because we can't see how they really was that bad and shit. Yeah, niggas got problems and shit, but we don't see how you want to erase niggas, even us. And so that was so much that, oh, he's a cat and shit. Yeah, I'm just a fucking cat, my nigga. What the fuck I got to... all I can say, look at you and say meow, my nigga. I can't talk to you, have a whole conversation for you to be feeling like, oh, the cat is after me and shit. Like, what the fuck? Is y'all that crazy now? You having conversations with cats and shit? Like the cat's trying to get me and shit? No, nigga. I'm just a cat, Silver, and I just wanted to know why you dislike brown people and shit. So I became one and shit for my second chance to feel that shit. And I don't feel that it don't feel like it's worth a fucking bomb, my nigga. Niggas be just chilling and shit. You just mad because niggas is just well endowed and shit like that. And your women be wanting us, but we don't be wanting them. And shit like that. But just in case we might do want them, you keep looking at us and shit. On some simp white knight shit. It's crazy. And some of y'all do be wanting us to want you and shit. Because y'all be gay and shit like same as it is now. Y'all do be wanting us to, do your little dick worship ceremonies and shit like that. I cannot go into a dick worship of ceremony or parade or some shit like that in Japan and not expect these women to be trying to suck my dick on sight. That's how hot this shit is, especially being, you know what I'm saying, like the fuck. But for our story, they want to bring us back down to hell because hell has a different story as well. Nobody escapes hell, but it's more like nobody is let go out of hell, but Satan had to let us go and shit. You couldn't keep us. So a lot of them he tricked to let us go, and some of us they just had to back away. So it's like niggas still mad. Nah, nobody escaped hell. You got to come back. So at all costs, they trying to bring us back to hell as if we deserve to be there because we got blown up. So, bitch, your dumbass, hot-head ass niggas crossed the line and did that shit. Some people die out of turn, my nigga, because niggas don't know how to control themselves. It's called murder. That's what murder is. People killing niggas out of turn before their time and shit because you're a hothead. So God have to do special things. Your ass in hell, like, why the fuck you down here then? Because y'all hot-headed ass Japanese motherfuckers, demon ass motherfuckers, don't know how to calm the fuck down when they see a black dick and shit. So we got fucking erased with them niggas and shit just for being in the same grass and shit. That was crazy. You never stop seeing fire, man, nigga. You saw a big explosion, get erased. That shit felt like when it's real hot outside. It's real hot outside, right? And you take your pants off. How can I put it? It's like you go out, you come from outside, it's blazing hot, and you got a walk-in freezer and shit, and you get thrown into the walk-in freezer. Like, what the fuck? And then you got to take your pants off and shit. What the? So it's like you got to start taking your clothes off. So it start getting colder and shit. You start feeling naked and shit. You start feeling extra naked. So it feel like you warm. You go from being hot as shit to cold as shit to being erased. Like you start, and then you start feel like you going to sleep and shit. And then things get black, like you going to sleep and having a good night's sleep, such a deep sleep that you ain't had no dreams and shit. Then you wake up and shit. Man, that was a good ass sleep. Now you brown and shit, about to be born again and shit through some woman's stomach and shit. All that. So it's like crazy, my nigga, how that shit feel. But I saw also ocean fire, my nigga. That shit was scary as shit. You ever seen an ocean? Go take a ship into the middle of the ocean where you can't see no islands, my nigga, and just sit there, broad daylight. Just sit there, calm water. Look as far as the eye can see in every direction. Just water, just ocean. No roaring waves or nothing. And turn that water into fire, my nigga. Not lava, just fire. It looked like fire, but liquid fire some kind of strange way. Knowing fire is not liquid, but it looked like fire can be liquid and shit. Shit was scary to see and shit, scary as shit. Because then it's coming up, it's not stop coming up, and it's like burning your feet and your ankles, then it's going up to your legs, and it gets to your